Alright, welcome back to the Paincreek Killings, Episode 2, as we are leaving the mansion and traveling on to visit the Trinity Church. Alright, so here we are at the intersection. We need to turn right and go all the way down to the Paincreek Trinity Church. So this is the path that poor Scott was incriminated or was seen walking on. And here we are, the Paincreek Trinity Church, 46 Silver Lake Boulevard. Why can't I click use? Maybe it's not for that door. It's for this door. The same Holy Bibles. church will be closed for the funeral of Andrew Reed. Church will be open from 5 p.m. Andrew Reed. Who's Andrew Reed? Andrew. Wait, is that the Andrew from the Andrew that got drunk and... It might be. Need a handyman? Have odd jobs that you need done by a dependable, experienced, friendly guy? Scott Brooks. So Scott's working as a handyman. And it looks like he's worked for at least 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Oliver Photography, taking your favorite moment in time and holding them. More than 50 years of experience. Wedding, family, maternity, events, corporate, commercial. Phone 5 Walnut Avenue, Paincreek. Oliver's Photography. No smoking within 25 feet of any door or window. Mansion worker Andrew Reed's charred body found in his burnt home. So that's another person linked to Vivian. At around 11:25 p.m. last night, a fire broke out on 7 Black Pine Road, Paincreek. Andrew Reed, the owner of the house, was found deceased with third-degree burns from head to toe. He was seated on the couch in the living room next to the fireplace when the fire likely started. The cause of fire has not yet been determined, but the sight of alcoholic bottles on the floor suggests that the carpet may have been soaked and helped increase whatever set the incident off. According to possible witnesses, Andrew was seen drunk last night when he was leaving Anne's Courtyard Inn Suites. Police found bottles of empty vodka in the living room next to the fireplace. No foul play is detected at this moment. Andrew Reed, a gardener and handyman for the Roberts family for more than 2 decades, has a wife and a son who's something. June 8th, 1995. And his house is at 7 Black Pine Road. Black Pine Road. 11:25 p.m. last night. So June 7th. At 11 p.m. July 19th. Okay, so that was before this incident. Okay. Alright, this is the confessional. Whoa, what's this? The confessionals are locked. By a pretty serious lock at that. Doesn't work. That one's 808-427. Maybe they share something in common. (808-427). No, nothing in common. Final court appearance. Public baptism. Scott Brooks pleads not guilty to killing ex-mayor wife Vivian Roberts. Main murder suspect denies killing former employer. Scott Brooks, the adopted son of Father Matthew Brooks of Paincreek Trinity Church, pled not guilty in court yesterday. According to Scott, he met with Vivian in the woods that night, but went home after their meeting and did not step out of his cabin for days. When he left her, Vivian was still alive. When asked why he met with Vivian, Scott's answer was that they met to discuss about personal matters, and it was only between the two of them. Scott denied further questioning, stating only that he had nothing to do with Vivian's murder, that whoever killed Vivian must have committed the crime after he had left. As to why Scott was at his cabin for days after Vivian was killed, Scott explained that he did not even know that Vivian had been murdered. Staying at the cabin is just something he has always done, that he feels at ease while at home. Scott is currently detained in the county jail. No bail has been set for his release at this point. Guess his books are important. Okay, photo of Matthew and Scott years ago. I return the tools back to the storage room. Tools. Scott was working as a handyman. And we've got a save. Packing day, moving out, meeting Trisha. Pretty sure this is Scott's room. May 3rd, 1985. Why is that? May 3rd, 1985. February, March, April, May. Oh, there's a May 3rd entry. Okay. Saturday, April 6, 1985. Father Matthew picked me up from the orphanage today. He said I will be staying with him from now on, and I call him Dad if that's okay with me. On Monday, he will bring me to sign something. He says that after the signing, my name is not just Scott, but Scott Brooks. I'm so glad I now have a home. Friday, May 3rd, 1985. Father Matthew brought me to the attic today. There are so many wooden toys, and he made them all himself. He asked me to choose one that I liked. I chose the toy plane. It looks so cool. He says he can teach me carpentry when I'm a bit older. He even made a secret space for me in my room so I can put my special treasures inside. I love Father Matthew. June 6th. The older boys are always bullying me. They call me a bastard child and a weirdo. They said that's why my own parents didn't want me. What does bastard mean? Sunday, June 23rd, 1985. Father Matthew said I should be patient, but they threw stones at me. Father Matthew cleaned my wounds. It's painful. Father Matthew told me to forgive and forget. He said they don't know what they're doing. I like Father Matthew, but I hate the boys. Trisha defended me today. The boys walked away when she said her dad is going to catch them and put them in jail. I want to be like Trisha's father. I want to be the next Charles Roberts. That way, no one will ever bully me. Sunday, September 15th, 1985. Derek is always there whenever Trisha invites me to play. He is 5 years older than me. He's like her bodyguard or something like that, and he's really good at drawing. He gave me one of his drawings today. He says he only gives drawings to friends. I wish I could draw like him. Maybe I can make a wooden toy car for his next birthday. Okay, so Derek is an artist. He likes baseball. Scott likes baseball. Is that relevant? Storage room's locked. I will stay at the cabin tonight. I don't need dinner, Scott. Kitchen utensils. Cups. Same type of cereal. Coincidence. Oh, that's that door. Okay. House entrance key. So that's was Bernard's key. Well, I feel like we're at a dead end here. Alright, I want to check out Andrew's burnt house at 7 Black Pine Road. We do have access to the Paincreek Cemetery. I wonder if there's a reason we should... been unlocked. Henry Johnson, that's the doctor. Wanda Tyler died in '96. That's the former maid, Derek's mother. Andrew Reed. Something through 1995. Wonder why that was erased. Trisha Roberts? Huh, she's dead. Vivian's dead. Well, of course Vivian's dead. Yeah. Scott Brooks. Scott Brooks is dead, November 16th, 1995. Why there's actual a timetable on his, unlike everybody else's. Calvin Bennett. He was the previous priest. He died in 1984. And his nearity to, I wonder if Scott is actually Scott Bennett, the previous priest's bastard son. So Vivian and Trisha are both in the graveyard, but where's Charles? Gary Roberts. Magdalene Roberts. That would be... that would be Charles's mother, probably. 1917 to 1975. Oh, this is a part of the cemetery you can't get into? Wonder why. This must be it. Yep, number 7. It's locked. Wonder if this key would work on it. Alright, so Bernard's key doesn't work on Andrew's house. Go figure. Alright, what's the story behind the town restaurant?
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel. I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet. In the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my photo lab. Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
Oliver Gibson, Photo Lab, Tools. Oliver, I think I took a picture of an Oliver photo picture. Oliver's Photography, there it is. 5 Walnut Avenue. Oh, maybe check that out next. Old-fashioned way to listen to music. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's if you're playing 501. Most people play 301, but same concept. Okay, we've got a yellow dart, a red dart, and a red dart. Roberts Estate, Paincreek Village, Sheriff Station, Cherry Creek Lake, Crab Island, Oak Creek Town, Black Pine Mountains. Letters or documents for in-guess go in its respective slots. Here's a key that you're... 7 Black Pine Road. That's... What? Okay, I have a key for the house I needed. That's just magically special. Okay. Key it in. Requested by somebody. There's 4 slots. So whoever is staying in room number 1, I suppose? Count from the top down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 202, 203, and 204. So the place has 4 rooms, and I have keys for 3 of them. And that note is for the room I don't have a key to. There's the other darts, the 2 yellows and the red, that match up with the darts over there. A locked toolbox. Paincreek Community Hospital, one of the leaders in long-term rehabilitation for elderly in Newland, finally closes its door after 60 years of service. Paincreek Community Hospital first opens its doors in 1936, serving as a humble abode for treating patients and provided boarding for those in need of prolonged treatment. Vivian Roberts, a successful businesswoman, saw the need to revamp the hospital in the early 70s. She founded the Roberts Relief Foundation with the main purpose to support the needs of the village of Paincreek, starting with the hospital. But the early 80s, the population of the village and local areas had started to decline rapidly. Many young people who went to college did not return, and a number of seniors were quickly rising with the increased need. Okay, Paincreek Community Hospital, one of the leaders in long-term rehabilitation for elderly in Newfoundland, finally closes its doors. Paincreek Community Hospital first served, blah blah blah, provided boarding for those in need of prolonged treatment. Fund embezzlement suspected as key factor. So hospital funds embezzling. Motive, maybe? Hospital funds being embezzled. Vivian Roberts died, doctor dies, and the grumpy gardener dies. Andrew. Those deaths are linked. Oh, 201. Do those room keys unlock these things? Doesn't work. Okay, 201 was Neil Merle, and 201 was Stephen Moss. Date in, no checkout time. Stephen Moss. Tools. Room 201. And he requested key. Okay, I think Stephen Moss is our private detective. None of these names really mean anything here, to be honest. Casa Da Vinci wine. Champagne linger ball. Is this the same wine and stuff that was over at the mansion? That looks like ginger beer. Here's some of our usual customers who might want to memorize this. So these are customers of what? The wine people? One of the Bibles. Same Bible type that's used over at church, which isn't surprising. Doesn't seem to be anything wonderful. This person maybe wanted to read the Bible? Land of something. Reading glasses. Dirty reading glasses. He's reading the Bible with dirty reading glasses in 203. Who stayed in this room? .203 was last stayed in by Clancy Huey. Oh, I have the storage room key in my... Ah, damn it. I need to go back to the church. Okay, so 202 has a cap. Stephen M. Stephen Moss. Thank you for your rent payment, as stated in your rental agreement. However, when rent payments are not received by 0404, you must pay additional rent because of late charges due or because you did not qualify for the rent discount. Required additional amount is not included in your payment and therefore is not due. Please send the additional required rent amount of $85 at once. Bring your credit balance up to date and remove it from delinquent list. This amount must be paid within 7 days from the date of this notice. Thank you for your prompt cooperation. Sincerely, Rosalie P. So the private detective hasn't paid his room bill. Something happened to him. That's my takeaway from that. He got too close and had to be silenced. Who's the owner of the cap? .202 would have been Howie Timothy. Okay, what did we learn in this place? Anything? Possible motive? Embezzlement? at the hospital. Other than that, it's kind of more questions than answers. Scott's things. Locked. A Slim Jim. I could now break into cars. Alright, looks like that's what I missed here. Now we run around breaking into cars. Doesn't seem like there's anything in here. Not sure why I broke into it. I'm just a car thief from a poor family. But this car is parked in front of the inn, and Mr. whatever his name went missing. Detective. To Stephen Moss, the PI. I came across your name through a close friend of mine. She highly recommended you, saying you are a person of integrity and very reliable investigator. So I would like for you to investigate the case, which happened in 1995 in a town called Paincreek, of the murder of Vivian Roberts. I was there when it happened. The body had been placed in front of the mansion gates for everyone to see. A few days later, Scott Brooks was apprehended as a suspect. However, there wasn't enough evidence and he was soon released. 18 months later, the police filed Vivian's case as unsolved. I've tried to forget everything, but I just can't. I simply want to know the truth. I've enclosed a copy of the threat letter that Vivian received the day she died. I hope it helps. For safety purposes, I would like to remain anonymous at this time. I will give you the first payment in good faith that you will agree to my offer. When the case is solved, I will pass you the rest of the payment. Sincerely, Anonymous. I think Mary hired this PI. Mary Martinez, the maid. I know what you did. Meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come alone. The investigation progress is slow. I've tried to reach people, but many of them have left Paincreek, and those who still remain are starting to move out. I found some evidence showing that things aren't what they seem. The media didn't have it right. I need to interview some people who worked at the mansion. I've been too wary and haven't reached out yet. Matthew seems to be Scott's legal parent. Still won't talk to him yet. I'll have to visit St. Patrick's Orphanage tomorrow. It's a day's drive from here. I know Scott found something there. There's something not quite right with all of this. Vivian married Charles in 1971. After the marriage, she became vice president of Robert's mining company. It went into a slump after to the mining accident in '73, but her resilience to not give up led to her rebuilding the company from ground up. She supported local businesses such as Paincreek Community Hospital and revitalized the small village. Looks like she was publicly very active. Too active? She was taken to the Paincreek Community Hospital for emergency operation in 1974. Tricia Roberts was born just before that. Vivian was hospitalized for a few months. She was reliant on Dr. Henry Johnson during that period. Security room. 025241 mansion? Hey. Yes, thank you. Alright, before we head back to the mansion, I want to check out the burnt out house of Andrew. Here we go. Door is jammed. So the fire was in this room. There was a safe here? Dear Daniel, how have you been, my son? It has been a while since I last wrote to you. I'm getting much better now. Dr. Johnson has assured me that I am recovering well. I'm now working full-time at the mansion. The hallucinations are gone. There are just 2 more checkups to do, and I'll be done with rehab. How's Mom doing? Is she still working at that restaurant? I hope she spends enough time with you. I don't blame her for leaving, and I wish I could be there for you. I'm sorry things turned out this way. Please forgive me. I've been saving my money and plan to... Canteen. Alright, this is kind of bizarre. For us? The story of Tonti. Alright, May 12th, 1994. I hate to admit it, but Scott is a good kid. He's hardworking, takes care of me when I'm drunk, and he's a man of his word. I'm starting to like him. Did I see her again? How can that be? Why doesn't the medication work anymore? Did he give me cheap pills? No, that can't be. He's as guilty as I am. We're all in it together. He cannot abandon me. They cannot abandon me. Ever since Scott asked me about her, I've started to see Sophia again. Why did he have to mention her? I need more pills. I think I'm going crazy. Oh Lord, I know I'm a sinner. I realize it now. That's why I'm going crazy. I know that nothing I do will bring her back. I pray that our sins do not pass down to our children. Please forgive us for what we have done. We're all in it together. So the doctor? Okay, so the doctor and Andrew did something bad, and now he's seeing Sophia. Who is Sophia? And yeah, there's pills. Lots of pills. Described by Dr. Henry Johnson. The antidepressant. drug may cause blackouts. Fits of rage, delusional thinking. Okay, the drug was causing him to see this stuff. Huh. Sophia. Who is Sophia? Doors is jammed and there's doesn't seem to be any way to force it. Was Sophia is Charles' mother? Doesn't say the name of his mom, but I'm assuming it's the fancy tombstone, the Magdalena, something like that. So that's not Sophia. O25241. And we got keys. Bernard Hopkins, November 15th, 1944. He lives at 31 Silver Lake Boulevard. Alright, so we know how to find Bernard. Wait, oh. 43 Silver Lake Boulevard. What was Bernard's? Hopkins. Wanda Tyler, which is Derek's mom. Andrew Reed, hardworking and trusted by Vivian Roberts. Because him and Vivian and the doctor killed somebody called Sophia. Dorothy Patterson. Annie. Longest hired employee at Robert's family. Still waiting for photo. Mary Martinez. Oh, she has an address here. 10 Town Center Drive. Previously worked at Moon Cafe, okay. Mary. Someone ran through the garden last night. A man about 5'5" wearing a hood sweater climbed the fence wall in the garden. He proceeded to run into the backyard and jumped over the black wall. Tape never found. Interesting. We have a new security guard coming today. His name is Samuel Green. Tom Parker will be his mentor to get him up to speed. I'm going to assume Tom Parker was the old. Andrew came to the mansion at around 11 p.m. He was very drunk. Scott was called. He arrived around 11:15 p.m. and brought Andrew home. Today marks Tom Parker's 20th year since he started work at the mansion. He will be retiring from his position next month to take care of his ailing wife. Stephanie? 6-year-old girl got lost during Halloween. Apparently she followed some fireflies in the woods and could not get back home. Her parents called the sheriff. They conducted a search but could not find her. 2 hours later, Stephanie got home safe and sound. When asked how she found her way back, Stephanie said a young lady found her crying and brought her back. She didn't know the lady's name, but remembered her being pretty and having long black hair. She was wearing a black dress, similar to what the mansion maids wear at work. The strange thing is that when I asked around, all the maids said they were working that evening. All the maids, that could have only been Rhonda. Alright, anything I'm missing here? Not really. Alright, so we got 3 keys. One of them is Trisha's room. Which, if I remember on the map, was this way. I think this was Trisha's room. Oh, now I don't know which is which. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Trisha requested that all her books be brought to her room in the hospital. Scott's a strange kid, very quiet. I don't think it's right for the other boys to bully him and call him names. I wonder why Scott's parents don't want him. I don't like after-school programs, especially ballet. It's difficult and boring, and I hate proper etiquette. What's wrong with being myself? I don't really need to be like Mom. I haven't seen Dad for a while. I wonder when he'll be back. Every time I enter the study room, I can smell his tobacco smell. It's the perfect reminder when he's gone for so long. I miss Dad. Mom's always working. She's so busy with other people that she has no time for me. Sometimes wonder if Mom loves me. Maybe I should call Dorothy Mother instead. Study room code 44871. I wonder if Trisha is from another mother. Birdcage, huh? Both locked by the same lock. Well, this is for the hunting cabin, probably. Why am I even bothering trying? Okay, so that's Trisha's room. This is the tea room over by the bar. Vivian Roberts' diary. Charles is running for election. I talked to Wilson and Edwards, and they have both agreed to support us. I don't think they are doing this to solely gain business benefits. Rather, they believe in Charles. Their support will help boost morale for our party. It's our anniversary today. Charles invited me to my favorite restaurant. It was a complete surprise, and I was so happy. I thought he might have forgotten. After dinner, we spent the rest of the evening walking along the beach. We talked as if we were teenagers in love. I could not remember the last time I felt this carefree. Magdalene is coming? What should I do? She always asking when we'll be having kids. I don't think I'm ready yet. Not when I'm still recovering from this miscarriage. Edwards called today and tried to push me in favor of business agreement that we discussed months ago. I rejected his request since it will breach the trust agreement between our companies. I didn't expect him to threaten me by backing out from supporting Charles. If that'll happen, so be it. I would rather lose his support than to make deals with people with no integrity. Huh. Well, that was a little light on the details. You costed me my job. Your heartless witch. You don't deserve to live. How does it fail to ruin the lives of so many? Dear Miss Vivian Roberts, our latest investigations show that Dr. Henry Johnson has been embezzling funds from Roberts Relief Foundation. He's sending a portion amount to an offshore private account under the name of Jefferson Investment LLC every 5th of the month. An exact amount of $9,990 is being transferred, supposedly for the payment of medical supplies and equipment. However, neither the equipment nor the medical supplies could be accounted for. This has been going on for the past 16 months. As of now, the total amount embezzled is nearly $160,000. Sincerely, Roland Brown. There's some motive. Exquisite key. Can't beat this one. Drawer we can't unlock. Right, but we made some progress. Well, guest room. That was the one we had a key for. There's an attic. That's interesting. Doesn't work. Thought it was for the guest room. It's right across from the security room. Dorothy's room. Dorothy likes the Holy Bible. Dear Charles, I've worked here for more than 20 years, and I'm so glad that I was able to spend time here with everyone. I greatly appreciate the opportunity you gave me, and then the time I spent with Tricia. Tricia was everything to me, and she loved me. She smiled whenever I called her. I wish I could have given her more. Despite what has happened here in Paincreek, there are moments of pure joy that we've all shared together. I will hold on to these memories. I'm sorry that I'm leaving and won't be able to serve you anymore. Thank you for everything. Please take care of yourself. Sincerely, Dorothy. I think Dorothy was her mom. I can't believe that Andrew tried to kill himself again. Thank God for Scott. I cannot imagine what would have happened if Scott wasn't there to save him. Andrew was never like this when Laura and Daniel were here. Even as his wife, I doubt Laura has any idea why Andrew turned out this way. I can't blame her for leaving him and taking their son. I wonder if they've contacted each other since. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He seemed different. He looked calm, as if he had somehow managed to find peace within himself. The attending nurse said Scott has been here almost every day taking care of him and being with him. Andrew has been talking a lot with Scott. Andrew told me he is ready to see Laura and Daniel again. I'm glad to hear that. I should call Laura and tell her the good news. Scott came to fix my leaking sink today. He did a wonderful job. I offered him tea, and we talked quite a bit, mostly about Charles and Vivian. I showed him my old photo album. To my surprise, Scott became very quiet. He asked me if he could borrow one of the photographs. I don't see why not. He thanked me and left in a hurry. Oh, I should call Laura and tell her about Andrew's situation. It's ironic that Andrew died shortly after being saved. I met Laura and Daniel at Andrew's funeral today. Daniel reminded me of Andrew. I can't believe he's already 15 years old. Last I saw him, he was only 7. Laura said Andrew had been sending them money these last few years. She had been considering to return to Paincreek so they could be together again. If only I had called Laura before the fire accident. I feel so sorry for them. A picture. Wow, Dorothy and Trisha do kind of look similar, don't they? There's a newly hired maid named Sophia. I think Matthew recommended her, saying that she's his cousin. She's very pretty and has very good manners. Matthew recommended her. The priest recommended Sophia. Sophia is mom. Sophia is gotta be Scott's mom. And that was the picture he saw that made him run off. She's very pretty and has very good manners. She's a quick learner too and does whatever she's told to do. She's very eager, asking a lot on what she should do, how she should act when Charles and Vivian are present, how to be perfect at her job. I like her already. The guys delivering food to the mansion were gawking at Sophia as if they've never seen a pretty girl before. I had to ask Sophia to go back into the house, otherwise someone might have funny ideas. Her uniform needs a little more cover. Matthew sometimes comes over and checks to see if Sophia is doing okay. I tell him he's worrying too much, that Sophia is loved by all. Matthew seems pleased every time I say this. If I didn't know better, I'd think that Matthew liked her. It rained heavily today. Sophia and I were having our tea break when she asked me, what does it feel to be loved? I said, well, it's like the feeling you get when you're with your parents. She was quiet for a moment and then replied, it's hard for me to imagine because I don't have parents. I don't know what to say to her at that time, but after the break was over, I decided to make an effort to care for her more. Huh. Matthew is an orphan who is the son of an orphan. Interesting. There's never anything in the bathrooms. Oh, I have that study coat. Study, library, patio, family room, wine cellar, laundry room, garage, master bedroom, gallery, bathroom. Something happened, right? Alright, so it's not going to be that easy. Dear Charles Roberts, Vivian's situation is currently stabilizing. She has accepted the fact that she cannot conceive anymore. However, she needs time to fully recover, and a 6-month rehabilitation is necessary. Your presence at the hospital has been noted to upset her. This only helps prolong her recovery. I'm suggesting that you try and refrain from visiting your wife until she's in a better state to receive you. Your mother's desire for a boy to be an heir to your family has caused tremendous strain on her. Please consider addressing this issue with your mother. Paincreek Community Hospital regards patient recovery as the highest priority. Our staff will do their very best to help Vivian. I apologize for any inconvenience this may cause you. Dated 1974. Dorothy was a surrogate, I bet. Must be several of them that need to be pushed in. Doesn't work. Alright, master bedroom. Andrew came and told me he didn't need an assistant. He said Scott is too inexperienced and is a burden to him. What he hasn't realized is that the garden has not been maintained well over the past few months, that his drunk behavior is irritating, and that Scott is actually doing more work than he is. Scott is a fast learner. He should be up to speed in no time. Charles was the one who insisted on hiring him anyways. Charles likes the boy. They've been hunting together quite a number of times, and Charles always seems happy with his company. I just don't understand his love for hunting. He sometimes spends more time in his hunting cabin than he does at home. I was shocked to learn that Scott has been asking around about Sophia. How did he know about Sophia? Who could have told him? It must be Andrew, that drunk. I told him Sophia is gone. Those hallucinations of his are getting worse. He needs to see Henry and get more pills. I'll need to have Bernard keep an eye on Scott from now on. I'll try and see who he talks to, who he asks. Okay, so Andrew, the doctor, and her killed Sophia somehow. And Sophia happened to be Scott's mother. I called Oliver and asked if he could be the main photographer for the Easter fundraising event. When he asked what the funds will be used for, I told him it'll be used to raise awareness of Paincreek to promote our town's tourism. After listening, he agreed to help. When asked how much he would charge, he simply said it'd be free. I was surprised. I appreciated his contribution for this town. Tuesday, April 12, 1994. The deal with Howard Medical came through, just as I anticipated. Instead of being happy, I feel empty. I'm getting numb from work. Or is it that I don't care anymore? You know, I don't think Scott killed these people, though he does definitely have motive if they killed his mother. But another person would have motive if they killed his mother, and that would be his actual father, who's his. I think Scott's real father is his father, and the priest. What is his name? The priest is God. What was the priest's name? There's so many names. whoever the priest is, he's the killer, I think, at this point. Our dinner tonight was quiet. Charles didn't eat much. He asked me about my day, but I didn't want to talk about it. As a matter of fact, I don't want to talk to him much these days. Trisha was silent as well. She's distancing herself from me. I can feel it. She used to confide in me about everything. Now we hardly talk. Is stopping her from seeing Scott wrong? I don't want Trisha to be near Scott anymore. Of all the men in this world, why would Trisha pick him? This is unacceptable. Aha. And there is the key for the private detective. This room. Things are coming together. I think I know what that goes to. Didn't work. Oh, color me blind. Huh. Where to go from here? I can go to the detective's room. I could go to the hunting cabin. Or I could go to Bernard's house. I think I'm gonna go to Bernard's house, which is a good place for the next episode. This episode actually, wow, 2 hours already. That 2 hour episode went by even faster than the first episode. So anyway, I'm loving this game. Holy God, is this game very just it draws you in, it sucks you in. It's awesome. Love it. 2 thumbs up. Hopefully you all are enjoying this game as much as I am. If so, please leave a like and subscribe. And until the next time all, peace.